welcome into WTOL 11 News on WTOL 11 Plus. I'm Tatiana Cash. Thanks so much for joining us here online. Now, I feel like it was a gorgeous day outside, and it still kind of is. So what does the rest of the weekend hold? We need to ask meteorologist John Birchfield. John, still beautiful on tap?
Yeah, Tatiana, going to get even warmer tomorrow into the tail end of the weekend. Temperatures are going to make a push for 80 degrees. It's going to be a warm and windy day, so we're going to hold on to the breeze. Wind direction is going to be blowing from the west-southwest, and gusts could come up to 35 miles an hour during the afternoon. Most of the day Sunday is going to be bright, sunny, and beautiful, but an isolated pop-up storm late as possible as a very weak cold front approaches. Now, temperatures are going to be incredibly mild even in the morning. In fact, when you wake up tomorrow morning, it's already going to be well into the 50s, pushing 60 degrees. Into the afternoon, we surge to the upper 70s, looking at a very warm day with a gusty west-southwest breeze. And into the evening, we do drop back down, but Monday promises 70-degree temperatures once again. Sunshine for the remainder of your Saturday evening is expected. A warm front briefly lifts in, and that is going to lift those temperatures well to the 70s. Now, it is going to come along with a trailing cold front, and that could spark an isolated shower or thunderstorm during the evening hours. You'll notice, though, most of those storms are well to the east of us in Pennsylvania. Overall, most spots stay dry, and any rain that we see is going to be sparse and scattered. I'm going to preview your full 10-day forecast, including the return of some widespread April showers coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, John. Breaking news, we have new details in the search for a Toledo man who's wanted for murder. 18-year-old Robert Shields III was arrested by the Indiana State Police in a routine traffic stop. Officials say Shields is being held right now in Indiana on 2 misdemeanor charges. Officials say Shields was allegedly shot and killed a 15-year-old girl back in March in North Toledo on the 400 block of Park Street. Days after the murder, family and civil rights activists held a demonstration demanding Shields turn himself in. Shields will book on into the Henry County Jail in Indiana just before 9 this morning. Big Brothers Big Sisters Northwestern Ohio held a career day at the University of Toledo a little bit earlier, and TOL was definitely there. This free event was for students 6th to 12th grade with a variety of careers, from neurosurgeons to firefighters to, of course, journalists. One YMCA representative shared what this event means to the kids.
This event, I think, exposes them to more than what they see in their community. I just told them when we were outside to look, learn, and listen.
All right, now our Christy Gurlett was at the event and is going to share the story a little bit later on. The city of Toledo is doing some spring cleaning with the city cleaners tidying up the streets. So they started out on Oakdale and into the Ironwood areas, picking up debris, waste, and recyclables from the roadways. And together with Bloomberg, the city of Toledo actually did a study suggesting an organized block-by-block cleanup would help citizens who are unable to take big items to the landfill or to reuse and recycle events. The Office of Urban Beautification says they're hoping to eliminate illegal dumping and blight within the neighborhoods. Now, if you've already started your spring cleaning, and we have some suggestions on how you might dispose of certain really hard to throw away items. AIM E-Cycling has actually partnered with Habitat for Humanity for a recycling event to dispose of items you can't normally throw away at home, like your electronics, tires, paint, and styrofoam, which actually have to be disposed of in a very specific way to keep them out of the landfills. These recycling events are a way to help celebrate Earth Day, and they have, as you can see there, nearly 40 volunteers at this event, unloading car after car throughout today.
We all know that recycling is so important for our environment. It's so important for our community too. You can see behind me is tires. So there's so many abandoned tires. A lot of people don't know what to do with them. So you can always find a way to recycle them. And that's what we're doing here today too.
All right, now if you need the list of Toledo recycling events throughout the summer, go ahead and visit the Links Mention tab on our website. Now, another fun story for you. The Renaissance Hotel welcomed some doggone cute guests. From 11 until 2 this afternoon, the Lucas County Pit Crew held an adoption event. The crew partnered with the hotel and Brimhouse restaurant to help dogs and cats find their forever homes, while also trying to break down the stereotypes surrounding the breed. The nonprofit's director says she's grateful the hotel even reached out and was excited for the opportunity to just show off their fur babies. Attendees could buy drinks and food, where 50% of the sales were actually donated to the crew, and then adoption forms were placed on the tables. Anyone who was encouraged to, wanted to, could just go ahead and fill one out. The director says the puppies are going to be 8 weeks next Wednesday. And so once these pups, look at them, oh my goodness, have been spayed, they are ready to go to their forever homes.
We got some beautiful weekend weather for taking the dog for a walk as sunshine continues. Spring warmth is going to be our big weather story into the tail end of the weekend. Highs surging close to 80 degrees. It'll be a breezy and sunny day on tap, so we're not quite done with the wind yet, but certainly a milder feeling breeze. Now, there could be an isolated storm late in the day, but most areas are going to stay dry through the duration of your Sunday. Not a cloud in the sky for the rest of Saturday evening. Temperatures well into the 60s, but those west-southwest gusts are still breezy and blustery. We've got some wind gusts that are close to 30 miles an hour in the metro. Winds gusting around 25 in Fremont, 26 down towards Putnam and Hancock counties, turning a little calmer across southeastern Michigan and out towards the lakeshore. Norwalk at 13 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, well into the 60s. Ended up being a fairly mild day. We've got 64 in Port Clinton, 64 in Findlay, 62 in Lenawee County. Our normal high temperature is now 60, so we're a little bit above average, but not unusually warm for this time in April. Sunshine on Doppler radar, hardly a cloud in the sky across all of the Buckeye State and Michigan as well. Here's a look ahead towards Sunday. It is going to be another windy day with some wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour, but it's also going to be a warm and sunny one as well. Temperature-wise, we're already going to be in the mid to upper 50s when you wake up tomorrow morning. A very balmy start to the day. Into the afternoon, temperatures climbing to the upper 70s. You can count on a very warm feel across the board. Certainly looking good for some spring cleaning and yard work and a nice chance to dry out after all of the recent rainfall. And Monday, yet another warm day. There is going to be a bit of a lake breeze development, so areas right along the vicinity of the lakeshore aren't going to be quite as warm, but most spots inland have another 70-degree day. Sunshine for the remainder of your Saturday evening. Overnight tonight, there is going to be a warm front that lifts on through. That'll kick up the southwest winds, a few more fair weather clouds, and a very warm day on tap. Now, if you'll notice on the top of your screen, there is a cold front that is going to drop in and could spark an isolated afternoon or evening thunder shower. Most spots stay sunny and dry, but you will notice a little bit of green there across northwest Ohio. All in all, though, the greater storm risk is going to be far to the east of us in Pennsylvania. By your evening, Sunday evening, those rain showers and thunderstorms clear on out, and a dry and quiet setting returns. As we set the clock into motion, Monday featuring sunshine and 70-degree weather with a nice and calm feel. There isn't really much of a risk for severe weather here, but a few severe thunderstorms are possible in eastern Ohio, and the greatest risk is going to be in Pennsylvania. That orange color indicates a level 3 out of 5 severe risk for much of Pennsylvania. Our weather here at home is going to be quiet for the majority of the day, already well into the 50s with sunshine at daybreak. By lunchtime, we'll be at 72. Afternoon highs topping out close to 80 degrees. If we do see an isolated bubble up thunder shower, it'll be between roughly 4 to 8 p.m. before tapering off after sunset. That Gulf forecast looking nice and dry. The fairways and the greens certainly needed a little bit of sunshine after getting sopped with water the last few days. There is a 30% chance for thunder in the evening, so I'd recommend checking radar on that WTOL 11 weather app before heading outside for your outdoor plans. We get a sunny and quiet day on Monday with temperatures in the lower 70s. And after that, some April showers return to the picture. Tuesday is looking like one of those days that the majority of the day is dry, but an isolated shower is possible. And then Wednesday could bring us some more widespread thunder and possibly even a stronger storm or two. The damp conditions continue Thursday. We are tracking a drop in temperatures, though, as a cold front moves on through. And by Friday, we're going to be down to the 50s, and that'll continue into next weekend. The weekend is going to bring us a sharply cooler April feel. Temperatures falling back to the 50s by next weekend. And by that point, our normal high is about 65. So we do have some temperature swings in that 10-day forecast, some nice and mild spring days, and after that, turning cooler into next weekend.
Honestly, that's not a terrible forecast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don.
If the coldest day is 54, I think we can live with that.
We
And
will
we were
live.
talking earlier about how the sunshine really just lifts your mood and puts you in a good mood. And even when it's windy outside, it's just good to wake up and see that sunshine.
I opened up all the windows and I watched those tiny little feet create very big scuff marks on my floor and said, okay, it's time to mop. So it really did get me in the spring cleaning spirit.
Yeah, certainly does. And good to get some of that fresh air and open up the windows. Not quite warm enough to need the AC, but you don't need the heat either, right in that happy medium.
I like it. I like that. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us here on WTOL 11 Plus. Be sure to check us out on WTOL 11 tonight at 11. Thanks.